Have you ever felt like you're the office vending machine? Seriously. You're the one everyone goes to for a quick fix, you're available 24/7, and you're always expected to deliver. It's a really common feeling, this sense of being treated like a free, unlimited resource. So today, we're going to break down exactly why that happens, and I'm going to show you the secret to flipping that script, how becoming less available can actually make you way more valuable. Okay, first things first, let's just do a quick check-in. Does this word right here, eroding, hit home for you? Does it feel like your energy, your time, maybe even your sense of who you are is just slowly being worn away by the constant, never-ending demands of your job? If you're nodding your head right now, you are in exactly the right place. We are about to get to the root of that feeling.
So how in the world do you end up in this free resource trap? Well, here's the thing. It's almost never because your boss or your coworkers have it out for you. The truth is, it's not personal. It's systemic. The workplace is just a system, and like any system, it's designed to find the path of least resistance. And guess what? If you're helpful, you're kind, and you're always available, that path leads directly to you.
Now, what's so interesting here is how normal all of this can feel. I mean, do any of these sound familiar? Getting a task because you're the fastest. That feels like a compliment, right? But when you start adding it all up, the extra tasks, the texts after hours, the empty praise, it all points to one thing. Your boundaries have basically been set to wide open by default. And this is the machine at work. Look, it's not evil, it's just efficient. The system is literally programmed to funnel work toward people who are capable and available. And this whole thing is driven by three really powerful forces. First, fake urgency, where every single request is treated like a five-alarm fire. Second, hidden power dynamics, which make it feel impossible to say no to certain people. And maybe the biggest one of all, our own fear of being seen as unhelpful or not a team player.
So when people finally get fed up and decide to push back, they almost always fall into this huge trap. They try to set boundaries using their emotions. It feels so natural to explain why you can't do something by saying how you feel, but it is one of the absolute least effective things you can do.
And this just shows the difference so perfectly. Look at the left side. Phrases like, "I'm so stressed" or "I'm tired." They frame the issue as your personal problem to deal with. People might feel bad for you for a second, but the work still needs to get done. Now look at the right. This task requires more time. That makes it a logistical problem, a system problem. It's not about your feelings anymore. It's about the reality of the work itself. All right, so if emotional boundaries are a total trap, what's the alternative? Well, you need a toolkit. You need actual structural language. So let's get into some exact phrases you can start using, like today. This phrase right here, it's pure genius. Just notice what it does, and more importantly, what it doesn't do. It doesn't say no, it doesn't complain, it just presents a simple logistical reality. My time and energy are finite. And by asking, which one should I prioritize, you actually hand the problem back to the person who made the request. You force them to see your workload and make a choice. Here's another really powerful one. Again, you're not refusing to do the work, you're just stating a fact about the resources needed. In this case, it's time. And then you offer a solution, but you clearly lay out the trade-off. Suddenly, what could have been a conflict becomes a collaborative negotiation about priorities and resources. It totally changes the game. You can also set incredibly powerful boundaries without saying a single word. Your response time trains people on how to treat you. If you reply to every single email within 5 minutes, you are teaching people that you are always on, always available. By just strategically delaying your response, you subtly reset their expectations. You take back your focus, and you do it without any confrontation at all. Okay, so you've got your new phrases, your new strategies. You're ready to go. But I have to give you a heads up. When you first start doing this, things might feel a little tense. And you might wonder why. It's because you are fundamentally changing the rules of a game that everyone, including you, has been playing for a long time. This right here is the unspoken contract. People have just gotten used to your immediate availability, your willingness to take on just one more thing. So when you change that, you're breaking that invisible agreement. That friction you might feel, that's not a sign you're doing something wrong. It is proof that you are successfully challenging a system that was out of balance. Just think of this as a test phase. The system is going to push back a little to see if you're serious. You might get a couple more urgent requests, or you might sense a little bit of frustration from some people. This is totally normal. The absolute key is consistency. If you just hold firm to your new structural boundaries, the system will eventually recalibrate. It'll update its expectations of you.
And you know, this test phase actually connects to something much deeper. The famous psychologist Carl Jung had a name for it: individuation. It's basically the process of becoming who you really are instead of just living to please other people. And a huge part of that process is learning to be okay with the discomfort of someone else being disappointed in you. That discomfort isn't failure. It's actually a sign you're starting to live by your own values, not just for someone else's approval.
But all of that initial tension is so worth it because of the reward. And this is probably the most important part of this whole conversation. Setting boundaries isn't just a defensive move to prevent burnout. It is a proactive strategy to fundamentally change how people see you and to increase your professional value.
When you start to show that you can manage your own time, your own energy, and your commitments effectively, something pretty incredible starts to happen. You stop being the person who gets all the busy work, and you start becoming the person who's trusted with the high-stakes, important projects. Managers really respect people who have a clear sense of their own capacity, because it makes them reliable, it makes them trustworthy.
So really, it all boils down to this simple but profound shift in perception. Being always available makes you convenient, but being thoughtfully unavailable by having clear structural boundaries, that makes you valuable. Convenience can be replaced. Value is protected. I mean, which one would you rather be?
I want to leave you with this last thought because it just sums everything up perfectly. The goal here isn't just to survive work or protect your time. It's to command respect by defining your own terms of engagement. By setting boundaries, you're not just saying no to more work, you're saying yes to your own value.